stop using technical analysis on Kaspa. Those were the comments on my last video. In my last video, I talked about the diamond bottom pattern on Kaspa, and I said like, hey, most of the time it is likely that it will go to the upside. But I was wrong. I made a video about it, and the comments were like, when has Kaspa ever done a single thing that anyone predicted in the 2.5 years? Don't take any TA serious anymore. Kaspa does what manipulations wants, which is nothing. One thing I'm realizing, there is no way to predict Kaspa. It kind of does whatever it wants. I just buy, set, and forget. I want to dive deeper into these comments. I'm not saying they are bad. I'm not saying they are good, because those are the thoughts of those people, and I respect those people, and I just want to clarify what the goal was of my last video. So first of all, thanks for showing the love in the comments. I appreciate everyone sharing their thoughts, because with that, we get to the main point of making the best decisions, right? Somebody says this, somebody says that, and with that, you can convert it to your own thoughts and what makes sense for yourself. So first of all, I click on the like and the love button because I really think the same as them. Before we continue this video, guys, I told you about my challenge from going from 10k, as you see on this account, going to 1 million. I saw another YouTuber doing this with gridbots. I thought, let me do the same and try it. He did it in 3 years, completely transparent, and I want to do the same. Not in 1 week, not in 1 month, but in 2-3 years. So follow my challenge. I want to keep you up to date about gridbots. And this is the results after 2 weeks. So the grids are doing quite well. It's buying and selling in waves, and it performs the best in a sideways market. Solana is $60 up, Bitcoin is $80 up, but also on the normal investment, 23%. Kaspa is earned $90 already, but only the price is down, so we lost that 10. And to give you a very quick example of gridbots and why it's so effective. So you see the red area and the green area. It is buying and selling also in green, and each line is a buy order. But when you buy here, it can also sell here. But in the red area, it is mostly selling. And when it goes back in the green one, it is buying. It's like in waves. Buy, sell, sell. Buy, sell, sell. And even in green, it can be like buy, sell, sell. Buy, sell, sell. So I really think that we go sideways for months, and that is the way I want to earn money right now. And once the price moves up, I've positioned myself for long term. And if you want to follow my journey of the 10k to 1 million, join the Telegram group. I will share my videos, my knowledge, my updates, and how you can join this challenge for yourself. Try it out, because I really think we are in the same situation as that guy. He was early by doing this in 2023 at the bottom of the bear market when the prices were low. And from that, he did go from 4k to 1 million, not even 10, but for 4. So it's crazy. Let's continue this Kaspa video. So first of all, the comment of 2.5 years, and it does what it wants. 100% true. Because what happens was, did somebody in the early days of Kaspa ever thought it will go to 20 cents? I don't think so. Not that much people. Like, yes, some people, but not that much. And that is also what we see in the price action. So what happened was, it goes to here. Some people thought, hey, I'm lucky. I bought here, and it goes here for a 6x. Let me sell my bags. It goes back to here. The sellers here are thinking, wow, I made the best decision of my life. What happens was, in the following weeks, it goes higher. Imagine what will happen if you are here. You sold here, you see the price here, you're happy. It goes higher. You will feel horrible. Even if you make a 6x, you're thinking still like, oof, maybe I should buy back. They waited for the dip. They buy potentially. I'm not sure, but maybe they didn't buy because they think we will go lower. They wish they go lower. And then the FOMO kicks in. From here to here is a 2.5x. It's a super high market cap already. And even if you bought here to the top, it was a 42x. It's insane. Kaspa did very well. And I still see a lot of guys holding the bags. And I understand why. Because to be honest, if I was still holding the wall back that I bought higher, it doesn't make sense. Because in the long run, we all think that the projects we invested in will go higher. So my game plan is still the same. I'm getting to the second comment. One thing I'm realizing, no way to predict Kaspa. It does whatever it wants. And I just buy, set, and forget. And that's exactly what I want to tell. Like, I have my game plan ready. I have the buy zones here. Like, I bought here. Did I care that it goes lower? No. I bought in the middle of the buy zone and again. Did I care? No. I buy again when we are at 3.7 cents. I buy at certain levels where I feel uncomfortable. So that is the reason I put those orders already in. And this is one strategy. The other one is if I think the same will happen, like around 350 days, I will put the top, do 350 days, do it like this. It means 21 September 2026. So that is still like 9 months. So what if I make the strategy for myself? I cannot predict the bottom. So what I do is I make a list of projects. Put 10 projects in it, 5, it doesn't matter. The projects you believe in, hey, they can make a comeback. And I put them in a list. The first 4 months, I want to DCA every week. But I only want to spend 30% in 4 months and 70% in the next 6 months. Which means I can do the calculations because do you think that if it happens that we don't see the bottom yet? But you cannot predict. So you're buying every week until it is reached the bottom. Then you do it for like some months after also. But if you do it for 10 months, then there will probably like this, or we go already higher. And if we're really unlucky, it will go higher for the rest of our life. It could be. But are you in crypto? Then you don't think so. So that is another strategy. But I just sit back, same as this guy, same as Jim Jones. I'm just buying instead of forget. I buy, I sit in my chair like this, waiting every day for the bags to get pumped. Because again, I cannot say that much. The money isn't made here. The money isn't made here at the top. It is made when you make decisions, when nobody cares. And nobody cares about altcoins, guys. I told it also in my last video and I will tell it again. The way I think about it is like, okay, I want to buy at the bottom of the bear markets. What can I lose here? Do I really think that it is possible that the price of Dogecoin will go below our last bear market of 2023? The absolute bottom was 5.5 cents. So if I take the price of right now, go to here, I can lose 50% right now, maximum. If, of course, we don't go below the last bear market bottom. But why does it make sense to go lower when there is more liquidity in the market and Doge is still a good project or being hyped? Like, I'm not saying we have use cases there, but I'm just saying it's a good project because you see the results. 2 times it pumped in the bear market and it did quite well. Even from here to here was a 7.5x. So it's decent. So what I do is I calculate the risk for myself. Like, hey, I'm looking for projects which are close to the last 2023 bottom. I take this one. I do this, okay? I'm not saying I will sell there because maybe we just go below it a little bit and then we go higher, but I just calculate like what is my average risk here? Okay, 50%. And what if the next bull market is the altcoin season that nobody predicts? Because last time everybody thinks it is an altcoin season. This time nobody thinks it's an altcoin season, and then it will happen because of FOMO. Now we have a 4.8 ratio. Even if we go to here, 2.5, I risk 50%, but I can make 2.5 my money if we get back to this level. That is the way I look at it. Like Dogecoin, we can also do the same. Like we take this one, we do it here, okay, the maximum. Do we really think we go below buy zone 2? I don't think so. Then the project could be, but it is quite hard. Like it is possible, but not that. Even to here, the risk is 66% and the upside 2.2 if we get back to this price level of 10 cents. Another example for you guys is this one. Also made a lot of money on this one in 2021. Bought it at like, what was it? 20 cents or something, 40 cents. It was just launched. Nobody cares. And then it was like pumped to $10. I was super happy. I sold at 12, 13, 14. I'm not sure. It was long ago. Then I bought back here because I think, hey, they keep developing, they keep building. I bought again, sold the run up because I learned from my mistakes. I had my game plan ready, sold again, and it was it. Now we have the same situation. We have the price, but we are at 4.5, right? The absolute bottom is 1.5. So it's still like a little bit more risky here. 78% downside, 78%. But if I think this project keeps doing what they want, and it goes back to the previous all-time high of around $24. Let's say they go not to the previous all-time high of $50, but even in a bad situation, can it go back to the first all-time high, $23? It gives off a return of 5. So that is the way I look at projects right now. I want to find gems that are in the top 100 and have a lot of eyes on them, but close to the bottom. Let's do another one and let me scan the top 100. So which one makes sense also for us? Like Ton is building. It's Telegram, right? Everybody's using Telegram. Let's go to Ton. Ton, USDT. It don't have like a long track record, but we can do the same. We take this one. What is the absolute bottom? It's 47%. But at the same time, Tom is a project that needs to deliver in bull markets because it's connected to Telegram and stuff they want to build. They're improving and they will not die, I think. But yeah, who knows? But now, if we say we go back to all-time high, we have a risk reward of 9. So it's also a good one. I'm not saying you should do it. Pengu, we all know Pudgy Penguins. We can do the same for them. Like they just launched this year, this cycle. But why does it make sense for Pengu to stop here? They make so much money off everything. They did quite well. They launched their own chain. And yeah, it can be that the chain is dead. It could be. But at the same time, they know what they are doing. They want to earn money. So they know how to grab attention to earn those money. So it makes sense for me to say like, hey, what is the risk reward here? 63%. I can lose. I put 1,000 in. I can lose $630 if we get back to here. Can be a stop loss, you can stay in, but yeah, it's up to you, of course. But even to here, risk reward is 5.7 already here. Will it happen next week? No. Will it happen next month? No. It takes months, but position yourself by DCAing or set up your levels. Like you can say, I buy now 25%, I do another 25% here, and if we get here, I buy 50%. With that, you have the average price. So guys, I hope you understand my thoughts. It's not about TA, it's not about stuff. I'm just sharing what happens most of the time. Do the calculations for yourself, the risk rewards and stuff like that. I hope you learned something. Let me know in the comments. Do you want to see more videos like this that can open up your eyes? Let me know. I appreciate it. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.